Okay guys, welcome back to another day in the shop. It's Saturday, shop's cleaned out, super nice. Look at the floor. Nice and clean, the way we like it. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Caleb Morrison. This is Caleb's Diesel and Fabrication. If you like fabricating stuff, if you like working on diesel vehicles, this is a great place to be because we're gonna do it all. Got a little spot on my head, part of working, I guess. Anyways, so this week we're preparing to get this truck ready to go to Colorado. We're going on that Appalachian Wilderness Experience trip with a couple of the guys that I've got to meet whenever I was in Moab. Kenny, he was super cool. I got to meet him and Jeff Ishmael when I was in Moab for Easter Jeep. I was not expecting that. Super good dudes. Can't wait to go wheeling with them in Colorado on this trail. But anyways, this is gonna be my first trip where I am actually living and camping out of the truck the whole time. And it's gonna be great because I'm gonna get to do the road miles, kind of like an ultimate adventure, but also I'm gonna get to test the truck out, wheeling and doing the road miles at the same time. So I'm pretty stoked about it, guys. I'm really excited, and I've never been wheeling in Colorado before, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Colorado is beautiful. I've been there before, but not with my truck anyways. So one thing I did to kind of help with space on my truck, and I'll show you guys, I made this rack. Of course, I had to put a 3 on it. You guys already know. But put this rack on it. I built it. These are jerry can holders for the Scepter fuel cans, the military fuel cans. They work pretty good. And then also I got my, went ahead and bit the bullet. I've been holding out and got a Milwaukee pack out system, which is what this is. Surprisingly, this whole setup, it was only like $300, and it holds a ton of stuff. Like this one is got drawers in it that come out and has a lock here, you know, where you can keep this thing locked. Keeps it from coming out. And then also this one's got a top on it. This one's got compartments. It's basically a great way to organize everything you can imagine. So I'm gonna have my camping kitchen supplies in this bottom one, like pots and pans and stuff, my cook stuff, my little stove that I got there. And then I'll keep like just different, you know, utensils and stuff in this one. Maybe some, you know, personal things for, you know, maybe getting a shower. I also bought a little Scepter jerry can pump kit, so I can actually maybe take like a quick little bird bath shower, if you will, on the trail. That way I can stay somewhat clean, because this is one of those, we're going to be roughing it trips, driving around and camping and just roughing it and having a good time and camping under the stars. It's going to be good. Got this little bracket in here, and I think it looks great. This is where the Milwaukee pack out's going to fit inside of there. I got it all set up. This is also where I'm going to put my fridge freezer, this spot right here. And I got this kind of beefed up with some plate, keep it from vibrating and moving. I got it painted black, so it looks good. Got it where my tire fits perfectly underneath there. I put the 40s back on it because these are DOT rated tires. I think they're going to do better running through the mountains. I think we're going to have between 300 and 500 miles of road driving miles. It's going to be like dirt roads, which I'm super excited about, because this thing will drive on the highway fine. I can run 70 miles an hour. I just don't want to. I'd rather be off in the mountains in Colorado running logging roads. So we're going to do the loop up there. It's going to be awesome. I don't exactly know the route yet, but I just know there's going to be between 10 and 20 of us in this group that's going to be running this thing. And I've been slowly going over the truck and getting everything ready. One thing I did, I pulled out my sub and my amp that I have behind the seat here, because I don't need it in there. We need the storage. So we'll have enough room to store everything we need to, which is what I'm after. I got my first aid kit, and I also have my go bag that I use for my EMT stuff, just in case somebody gets hurt. I've got that I can throw on the truck just in case we need it. Hopefully we don't, but just in case, we're always there. I had an issue with I'll show you guys. I had an issue, and whenever I was in Easter Jeep, wheeling in Moab, I had a trouble with my my plastic lines that go to my lockers heating up under the hood. I had that little control panel mounted right here from my air compressor here, and it was just getting hot. So what I decided to do is run that little mount. It's kind of like a valve inside of the truck, and put it up on the kick panel, which I think turned out pretty good. So it's mounted right there up on the side. So it's not gonna get hot and blow that line off anymore. So I think that's gonna help me in the long run. Really excited about the placement of that. I think it's gonna be good. So today, I'm also gonna work on, I got that finished up. We're gonna take this truck over to Brantley's birthday party, Ryan's son. Gonna be cool. We're gonna have Louis Vuitton and the square body over there. But also what I'm going to try to do is start working on building the mount for the fuel pressure regulator. I put a Holley fuel pressure regulator on this thing. I think it was like a month back or so, because it needs that to be able to regulate how much fuel. And then I also am going to put another fuel filter, which is what that is, in line. So we got a little bit more to work on. I've kind of already started checking fluids. I've been slowly building up to this. It's hard to believe, but this whole mountain of stuff that's over here on the wall is gonna fit inside or on this truck. Fuel cans, tent cot, fridge freezer pack out. We've got a little bit of everything, guys. So I need to get to work making these mounts, making this truck better. So here we go. Okay, guys, so what I'm trying to do here is, you see my fuel pressure regulator, which is right here. It's kind of low hanging, and I'm afraid something's gonna come up and hit it. So what I'm gonna do is make a little bracket, trying to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do, but I wanna make some type of bracket from here possibly to here, just to kind of protect this. Obviously that's removable. Or I can just make something that goes right here that just protects it. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna break it off, but the second that I'm like, oh, I'll be fine, that's when it happens. And I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna hammer down on the rig to make sure we can make it up the obstacles. So anyways, I need to get that done and weld it in before I change the fuel filter, because a lot of heat and welding doesn't go good with changing out fuel filters, dropping fuel everywhere. So, and I got it up in the air, so I might as well do it, right? I love having a lift. You can do all this stuff, just makes it so much easier. Before I had a lift, I would have crawled around for an hour underneath this thing, getting measurements and stuff, so this is great. Now I just need to go locate me a couple pieces of steel and see what happens. Okay, so we're getting ready to get this piece welded in. So it's gonna look something like this. And I'm gonna clean it up with the grinder real quick, and that way it looks better, a little bit cleaner. This is just gonna cover up where the fuel pressure regulator is. That way I don't have to worry about rocks and sticks and stuff coming up off the side of the frame and hitting this, because this isn't super expensive, but I don't want to have to carry another one on the truck. So this little piece, it's a little piece of 1/4-inch plate. This will keep it protected, and I'll have it angled enough to where if I need to take it off, I can take it off and do that. So the more prep work you do now, the less problems you're gonna have in the future. So hopefully this will prevent some problems. If it doesn't, it ain't for lack of trying. All right, see if we can get that welded on. Sometimes I wish you guys could hear the music I'm listening to. Listen to some bangers. Okay, so it's sweaty. The humidity is killer today. but we still made some progress, guys. A couple of things just got done. Getting the shocks completely dialed in. We did put some more weight on it, which is, gonna happen whenever you're loading it down to go camping for a full week and living out of this thing. So we got it leveled up. I had to adjust the nut down on the shocks about 1 inch. I still got a little bit farther I could go, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take the opportunity, do little chunks at a time. I'm gonna keep adding stuff onto it. I still gotta add my tent cot, Ryan's sleeping bag set up, his things that he's gonna load, and I've got to fill the pack out with all the stuff. So I'm assuming this sucker's gonna weigh over 7,000 pounds by the time we get it there. Also got this little bracket made and got it welded on there. I know you guys were looking at that a while ago. I gave it the old Earl Schwab special here with the spray paint. I think it looks pretty good. If you look at it, it turned out all right. It's gonna make it to where if anything comes from the bottom, it's gonna have a hard time getting to that and messing it up. And even if it does get to it, the good news is at least it'll have that to hit first and bend, and we'll have a better chance of not knocking that fuel pressure regulator off in the middle of nowhere. So really like the way it's set up. I think the level looks good on the truck with the springs where they need to be. So another day of making some progress, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Thanks for watching. Here before long, we'll be heading to Colorado where there's no humidity, better weather. Can't wait. Okay, guys, so it's Sunday. We're pretty excited because me and Ryan have been working on it all day, packing the truck up to get it ready to go wheeling and camping for a whole week. I don't know if you guys can see it, but here in the background, we've got a mountain of stuff on the back of the truck. So this is probably the most stuff I've ever packed on this truck before. Whenever we go wheeling, most of the time we have a cooler and maybe a trash bag, and that's about it. There's not much else on it. Oh, well, the camera box for you guys and us. So that's about it. But right now, we got it completely full. You guys can see the rack that I built's coming in handy. Got the gas tanks just in case. We got the straps on there to keep those secure from falling off. Loving the pack out. We got the cooler, so we're gonna have that. It's gonna be nice because we'll be able to keep water in there. We got basically Ryan's tent, my camping stuff, and his chair and my chair all over here on this side. It's really packed in there tight, and there's literally no room at all inside of the cab of the truck. So this is the single cab life, guys. If you've never camped or wheeled out of a single cab, get ready because you got to get creative with the way that you pack everything in there. So truck's doing good. It doesn't like the altitude as much as it does in Oklahoma at 700 feet above sea level, but right now we're almost at 10,000 feet as we stand right here. So, and I think we're going up. We're going to end up somewhere around 12 or 13,000 feet at some point. So we'll see how the truck does. One of the guys we're wheeling with, Jeff, was telling us to go with the lower unleaded fuel in these higher altitudes. It would help it instead of buying the higher octane fuel. So we're going to try that out and see how it does. I don't know what kind of mileage we're going to get, but we got 10 gallons just in case. Took the truck on us a couple of test drives today, just trying to mess with the tuning a little bit. Didn't really change much. We were just kind of checking it out. So we're just going to see how it goes. Everything seems to be working well. I'm super happy with it. So we're going to take off tomorrow morning. Right now it's Sunday. We're going to go off Monday morning, take off. And this is day before day one of the Appalachian Wilderness Experience trip here in Silverton, Colorado. We'll see where we go next. Alrighty, day one, Appalachian Wilderness Experience. Here we go. Got all the trucks lined up and Jeeps. And we're getting ready to head out. We're going to be on a little bit of a 60-mile jaunt here. It's going to be a good time. I know I'm excited. Ryan's excited. Here we go, guys. Look at this. Mountains in the background. Can't beat it. All right, guys, this is day one. We're heading to Ouray or Ouray. I don't really know how to say it, but either way, it's beautiful. You can see the mountains and the trees. And I think what we got, 12 rigs in here, 13 rigs total in our group. And today's supposed to be a day of just basically driving, a lot of sightseeing, just checking out everything around Colorado. On our way to Ouray. We're leaving Silverton, headed west So looking forward to it. It's going to be a good day, guys. Truck's running good. Started up good this morning. Got some coffee. Can't complain. Life is good. We're in the mountains, guys. Let's go. Well, looks like we got a little breakdown possibly. A couple things going on. Having a fuel issue, and then looks like Jeff might be having trouble with the Scout. Like it's pumping to me. There we go.
That wasn't me.
You did it on its own?
Yeah, you need to.
Yep, you just lost. Fuck.
Ready?
Turn the key off and on.
What?
Turn the key off, turn it back on. Here we got no fuel pressure. It's empty. We're vapor locked. It ain't gonna do nothing. It's vapor locked.
Can I try it real quick?
Yeah, but it's just getting the pump shot. Stop! It's not getting fuel to the surge tank, Tucker. We're vapor locked.
A little warm.
It's not even hot though. Well, you got a bottle of water handy?
Yeah.
It's even got a return system on it too. I was gonna dump it on the fuel pump.
On the mechanical one?
Mm-hmm.
Man, gotta love it.
Do you have like a little cup or something? We can just use this water right here. Here, let me just back up. Back up.
Yeah. Hey man, I borrowed your vehicle, but this thing is not working.
Well, we're gonna dump water in the fuel pump, try to cool it off.
It's coming back.
Is there people behind us too?
I don't know.
Probably.
How far are we?
That's good.
That'll work, Aaron.
You got any kind of hose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, he's got hose.
We're gonna put water on the fuel pump. Yes. It's like getting any fuel to the surge tank.
I love this.
And we had it running for a while.
That's all it needs, a little bit of water.
Hey,
You did.
hey, this is really heavy.
Oh shit.
40 years of technological advancement, and here we are vapor locking.
System. I didn't think it would do that shit.
I know.
Can I get my card?
Mine.
Huh? Truck's not having anything.
I actually now
Yeah.
don't want to come back to Idaho. This
We only have
is,
7 gallons, so
That's fancy.
this is fancy.
That's fancy.
now. Wow.
nothing but the best. That JK.
I love it. Looks like it's cooling off.
This is a seriously overlaid. This is.
Alright,
I
Tucker.
really like this.
Try to crank it. You got
I
crank
put
it
this
and
on
wait.
my
Crank
Ram.
it. Crank it. Oop.
And then last year from Michigan, I took it off my Ram. I was like, put it on the Chevy. Like the bigger one for my Ram.
All right. Crank it again.
Working?
Hey, he's trying.
Hey!
Oh, I felt something. It's almost like I experienced this before.
Seems that way.
You know, a TBI pump's like $10 for a ride, right?
Yeah, and I had to set up like this so I could put a carburetor on in case of emergency.
TBI pump will run a carburetor.
Oh, yeah.
Like 9,000 pressure.
I should have bought a little electric pump to split the lines. Oh, you need, that's what you need. You need a hand job.
Yeah,
I thought it was a boat primer.
yeah.
That's what we do on GDR.
That would definitely work
Call
too.
them a hand job. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Back in action. Gotta love it, guys. Crisis averted. Pretty cool. Got a pretty sweet setup. Got a little lake out here. Big pond, aka lake. Man, it's so cool. Still got snow on the ground over there. It's pretty awesome. Just outside of Ouray, Colorado. I think that's how you say it. Beautiful. Dodge is having some problems transmission wise. He's gonna have to do some fixing on it. Robert, oh well. Part of wheeling. And get back on the road. All right, guys, so today is day number 2, Appalachian Wilderness Experience 2024. Me and Ryan, we enjoying it already. The sun's out, mountains are still here in Colorado. We're loving it. Guys, the scenery on this trip so far has been legendary. Like, I knew I liked Colorado, but just to be honest with you, this is one of the most beautiful places you can wheel. I love Utah, I love the way it is, but man, Colorado is awesome. So looking forward to another great day. I believe Kenny has us set up for maybe around 140 miles of driving on dirt roads and gravel roads, which is cool with me. Yesterday on the truck, I found out that I didn't grab my jerry can nozzle to put fuel in my truck. So luckily we have good friends. One of the guys is reeling with us, Dave, he has jerry can spout, so he used his and his gas. I do owe him, and I've got a friend bringing me another one so we can use it. But today's going to be good. We're looking forward to all the wheeling we're going to do. I think today's more driving than anything, but hey, we're going to enjoy the scenery and the company. Truck's running great. Can't wait for another day, guys, so hang in there. We'll get some more video. You'll be with us. Pretty good at putting the stuff back on this truck, which is, you know, a breath of fresh air, because we had never done like a week-long trip. And so, you know, here we are. We're going to figure out what's going on. I can't wait to go see what the wheeling is going to be like today. I got me a cold shower last night off my little jerry can rig that I set up. It was cold. I bet it got down to 40 degrees last night, but man, tent cot's working out great. I like my sleeping bag set up. I think we got the essentials on the truck that we need. We're kind of getting a little bit of a groove down. So really happy with that. I'm excited. I'm glad Ryan was able to come. It made it way easier packing this stuff in and out of camp. And hopefully next time Ryan has a better sleep setup so he can feel better. But you know, so far doing good. The truck did pretty good on fuel yesterday, so I'm happy with that. We used about 8 gallons and 140 miles, so I think it did okay. So we're going to get another day going. Guys, hang out, see what we got going on. We'll see you next time. Okay guys, so this is day number 4. It's Thursday for the Appalachian Wilderness Experience trip, and we just left our campground in Leadville, Colorado. This morning it was 38 degrees. Man, I tell you what, this is heaven. Colorado is awesome scenery, awesome weather, and awesome wheeling. Yesterday we hit a trail. I'm trying to remember what the town is, I don't recall, but we hit a trail and it was the best wheeling day we've had so far. The day before was just all highway or dirt road driving, and yesterday, yeah, it was near Buena Vista, we did the trail. So I really enjoyed the wheeling yesterday. It was awesome. Today we're going to a trail that many of you might know. If you've seen it on YouTube or been on it, it's called Holy Cross Trail here in Colorado, and it's supposed to be really good wheeling, but like any YouTube video, including my own, they usually don't do it justice. So we're going to go experience it for ourselves and see how it goes. We picked up another group member, Carl, with his let's see, it's a Nissan, what is it, Ryan?
Nissan Frontier.
Frontier. It's got a sweet solid axle setup in the front. He went on UA last year. Just super good people, guys. I can't stress this enough. Get out and go wheeling with your friends. Find a group to go wheeling with. It's chicken soup for the soul. Just takes care of you guys. It really helps you out. This weather, the getting out in nature and just being with each other, camping, roughing it. It's a good time. We got our coffee. We're headed down the highway. Got to have it, you know. So let's see what we can get into today wheeling. Stay tuned.
Dave. Bump it from there. Start it from there. Not hard to stay in it.
At least have an out. Chevy Silverado. There you go. Diff. You're not locked. There you go, keep going. Right there, you're good. Nice.
How's that look? How's that look?
Looks sketch.
No, but I'm asking for the back.
Oh, you're good. Just ease it. Yeah, you're gonna have to hug it. Yeah. I don't know, Caleb. That's not. Hey, stop right there. Come this way. Yeah, just keep working it back this way. Don't do that. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Come this way. You're good. Your diff's over it. Your rear might catch it, but... Okay. Turn up. Turn this way some. Yeah, it's diffed up on the back. Caleb, back up, see if you can work over this way some more. Whoa. You'll get it now. Mountain boomer. the only... Hey. Holy Cross today.
Yep.
We are on our way out. Caleb did a heck of a job piloting this truck through some pretty gnarly stuff. Just got mud all over me. So, tell us about it, Caleb.
That was a really good day on the trail, guys. This truck did awesome. You know, it's amazing to me. We've taken it through all kinds of terrains, you know, mountains, obviously, road miles. We're doing a little bit of everything on this trip, and it kind of reminds me of a road trip slash wheeling trip, because there's days where we're doing road driving just down dirt roads and we're not wheeling at all, and days like today where we literally just ran a trail all day long, and it was awesome. Those are the days I live for. So you got to take the good and the bad, but I had a great time. I'm appreciative that Ryan's here to get some video for me, because there's no way that I would be able to get the video and the shots that he does when I'm in here driving this. I would depend on everyone else. So I really enjoyed it. Holy Cross was great. They rated a 9 out of 10 on the trail, the hardness, and I don't think it's a 9 out of 10. I felt like it was more like a 5. That was just my opinion. We've done a lot harder trails than that. That took a lot more time. So I just don't agree with their trail rating, but it still was good. You guys should get out here and try it, because it is very technical and challenging in spots going up and down. That's what's cool about these you know, different obstacles, is it's different going up, and then when you come down, you got to pick a different line on some of them. So I really highly recommend it, and I just couldn't ask for a better group. We're having a great time with everybody here. You know, today we had 13 total here on Holy Cross. So we'll see what we can get into the rest of the day. We're gonna head back to camp. Okay guys, so we're already hitting the trail on day 5. This is supposed to be a complete road day, but you just never know. This is Kenny's plan. We went out of camp, not the way we came into camp last night, and went literally up a cliff, and here we are. We're on the back side of the campground. We've already done some rock crawling. My coffee's getting thrown around like crazy. It's all over the place, but it's fine. We still have cell phone coverage right now. The altitude's obviously getting to me, but we're looking forward to a good day. It's supposed to be an all-road day. We're supposed to be doing some sightseeing, so we're just going to take it easy and go slow on this last day and just soak it all up. Truck's doing really good. No issues that I can really talk of, like little stuff, you know, nothing that would keep us from going, but stuff that, you know, is kind of nagging. Need to work on a couple of vents for the fuel system. I thought I had that whipped last time, but it's always something, guys. If anybody tells you that they take their vehicle out wheeling and they never have to work on it, they're lying. Because every time you work on it and you drive, you go do stuff, especially what we're doing, you're gonna work on it. So if you want to do stuff like this, get ready to do some wrenching. We're gonna have a good week, guys. Appreciate you hanging in there. Wait for the video, it's gonna be awesome. right, guys, so we finished up the week at the end of the trail here. We're almost to Colorado Springs, and truck did really good. I'm super happy with it. You know, I feel like every time you go wheeling, whether it's light wheeling, heavy wheeling, you know, doing the road miles like we did on this trip, you're always going to want to change something. So for me, you know, I feel like it went good, other than I need a bigger fuel tank if I'm going to continue to do trips like this. 20 gallons just doesn't seem like it's enough, so I'm gonna probably get a bigger fuel tank. But other than that, truck did great, cruised good, drove good, camping out of it was fine. We figured out what we really need on the truck for doing these type of trips and what we don't need, so I'm happy with it. I couldn't be more pleased with it. It didn't break down. We had a really diverse group. We had Jeeps, trucks, Scouts. We had a little bit of everything, which was super cool. I do like having the diversity of the group because it makes it more interesting on different obstacles. It's cool watching people's skill level and how they know their vehicles and how they wheel. You know, every time I get to go out and wheel this thing, I feel like I get better wheeling it and get to know it better, and that's what it's all about, guys. And I just appreciate everyone. Jack, thank you for inviting me. Kenny, thank you, guys. Appreciate you doing the route. I know you probably didn't enjoy having to make all the turns because you couldn't appreciate all the landscape, but I really do appreciate you planning the route because this was an awesome trip. I'm super stoked I went, so appreciate everything. It was a good week. We appreciate all the help, guys. We had people that helped us do everything and anything, so we're gonna get back to wheeling. Appreciate you guys. See you next time. She's 7 miles away. Okay, guys, so this is the end of the trip. We just did a wrap-up video up on the mountain. Everything's been great. We've had almost zero problems, but like any other trip you go on, you got to have a few things that go wrong, right? So a precursor, the other day we had to tune the truck to kind of give it a better fuel table for the high altitude we were at. And so the issue with that is whenever you're trying to go at an altitude that's higher, it needs a little bit more fuel to keep it, you know, going at a lower RPM. So we did that. For some reason my Holley Pro Dash stopped working. So what sucks about that is I could not tell how hot the truck was getting, and so anyways, we haven't had any issues with it. So now we get down, we're done with the trip, and we're all hanging out here. We're getting ready to pull in, put some fuel in the thanks, man. We're getting ready to put some fuel in the truck so we can head down to Peyton to get our truck for where the trailer drop off was, and we heard a big pop, so the coolant went everywhere. It was like a shower. I'm sure if we would have been underneath the hood, it would have burned us pretty bad. So good news is, I think it's just the back of the water pump, which isn't a big deal, but what ended up being the problem was the fan relay was bad, and it was not kicking the fans on to cool the truck off. So long story short, I needed my Pro Dash to work. But the great news about this, guys, is when I get home, I'm going to do a couple of things, as in I'm going to put a backup temperature gauge in here on my truck, just in case, for this reason right here. And then also I'm going to have, you know, I'm going to be able to get this thing where no matter what, if the dash doesn't work, I can still have an old school, you know, mechanical gauge that's going to work. So, you know, just part of the trip, guys. I don't ever let it get me down because I know that this is just part of wheeling. We used this truck all week long, and we had great success and everything worked, but you just got to be prepared for this. Now let's say we were you know, we were going to go do the rest of the trip, and this happened like in the middle of the trip. We probably would have went to an auto parts store that's like a half a mile away, put a new water pump on it, and kept on going, you know, got the relay going. But another thing I might do is add a light in the truck, so when the coolant fans are running, that's on. That might help me as well. But anyways, I got an Uber coming to pick me up so I can go to Peyton to get my truck and trailer so I can head back. We're not in the nicest part of town, but be okay. Ryan can hold the fort down, and I can get in the Uber and head that way. So don't let it get you down, guys. Just keep on rolling. We're going to get this thing back, and it's going to be better than ever. So just keep going.